Getting there. Hello. My name is Manuela, and we're gonna go for a 75 minutes yoga class. Welcome to my channel. This is my friend Brandon, and we're gonna start right now. We're gonna start in a seated position. Keep our back straight. Try to get to our space. Stay straight with your back. Lift the palms of your hands up. And just when you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. You can start noticing your breath. Welcome to the class. Just feel your body. What is good? What is bad today? What is strong? The type of energy you came to class with. And now that you're ready, I just want you to take your right hand and take, look what I'm doing, and take the thumb and the middle finger on your nostril and the index and the middle finger on your forehead. I just want you to move your thumb and your ring finger to feel that you can close a nostril and then the other. Okay. Now just leave the nostril open like that in this new position. Just relax. And then with your thumb, I want you to close the right nostril. I want you to breathe in from your left nostril and breathe out from your left nostril. I want you to close your left nostril and breathe in with your right nostril and breathe out with your right nostril. Close the right nostril, in from the left and out from the left. Close left, in from the right and out from the right. Close right, in from the left and out from the left. I want you to release your right hand on your knees. Take a couple of really big breaths here from both nostrils and out from both nostrils. Another big breath. And out from both nostrils. Then you take the palm of your hands together. You rub them into each other. You create some heat. And then when the heat is there, you cup your eyes. You keep breathing. Relax your eyes. You can open up your eyes from inside your hands. You see the lights through a little bit. And then you release your hand. Very good. At this point, you just put your legs in front of you, and you lay back all the way down on our backs. And from here, you bend your legs. Your feet come close to your body, and we do a few rounds of bridge pose. So we start tilting the pelvic bone and then we go all the way up with the lower back first, and then the middle back, and then up higher. You just stay here for a second. Try to keep your knees looking forward and not open them too much. And then you go down, starting from the top of your spine, down in the middle of your spine, and then down to the lower part of your spine and tilt the pelvis last. Now I want you to do it yourself, a few rounds of cat and bridge pose. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. I like the slow version because you really have a chance to try to move every single vertebra, even the one we don't move very much. It's an effort, it's a mental effort. With every breath in, you start tilting and coming up. You can make the bridge one breath. And then when you come down, you exhale. The next time you're down, you stay down. And then I want you to hug the right knee to your chest and to extend your left leg. Just keep this for a second. You can grab your shin, or if your knees are a little delicate, you can just hug behind your thigh. And then I want you to switch. Right knee goes down, left knee comes to chest. Give yourself a good squeeze. Move the legs, open up the hips a little bit. And then next, you're going to bring both knees to chest. And then lift up your head too. Head goes to touch your knees. Turn yourself into a little tiny ball. And relax. The sole of your feet go on the ground. And then you take both knees and you just let them go to the right side of your body for a spinal twist. You take your arms, you open up to a T, and your head looks on the left arm. You go back to the center, and you drop your legs on the opposite direction. Very good. And then you go back to the center. You take your right knee and you put it on so you lower the left leg first, and then you let the right knee go on the side. Very good. For a supine figure 4 or 3 pose if you want. You can put that foot on top of your knees, or you can knit it down on the side the way you want. Just open up the hip, the right hip. And then you lift your right knee up and you switch leg. The right leg goes all the way in front of you and the left leg opens up with the knee collapsing right to the left for a hip opening exercise. Your hands, you can leave them wherever you feel like. On the side of your body is good. Then you put both legs together, straight in front of you. You move on the side of your body. Let's move on the right side of your body, like that, with an elbow. Very good. And now you take your left leg and you lift it up. Try to stay straight. Don't collapse too much forward. You flex your foot if you can. And then you release that leg. Let's do it another couple of times. Lift the leg up and just grab it. And just let it go. Now we roll on the opposite side. With your arm and you lift up the right leg. Up. Grab it. Whatever you can. You can grab the foot with your hand or your shin or anything you can grab. And you just lift it up. Open that hip. And then let it go slowly in control, okay? And then we do it one more time. And we release. Now we go back on our backs. Sole the feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana. Bend your feet. And just stay in this position. If you feel this position is too much, because at this point gravity will take over and the legs are going to get pushed by gravity towards the ground, you can maybe do a couple of fists and put them underneath your legs, closer to, to keep your legs not pushing down too much, like this. You can put a block too, if you want the blocks. Or just nothing. And just relax in this position. Then we push on our elbow in a seated position. What? We keep the legs the way they are. And then we lift up our legs. Lift them up and then release them. All right. And this is a difficult position. There's a lot of balance here. Hands in front of you. Tap your feet. Push them in. Let's do this as a breathing exercise. Leave your hands up. Inhale, take your feet and push them towards you. Exhale, get yourself to relax. Inhale, push the feet. Exhale, breathe them out. And just get the feet down to the ground. From here, you can do a counter pose, open up your feet about the size of the mat, and then get yourself the hands behind you for a little balance. And you can put, a leg in. Maybe you need to roll your hips a little bit. Just like the model you are. And, do it a couple of times. It should feel good.
Yeah.
All right. And now hands and knees. For a round of cat and cow. You can start with a very fluid cat and cow. You can start, moving, your tail the right and the left. Maybe you can just also look at your feet with your head, and then how you pelvic tilt, and then you look up, and then pelvic tilt again, and then you go up like a cat. These exercises are really, really good for core and for lower backs. You should do a round of this every day. Spine flexibility. The cat and cow, just like a bridge, try to do them slowly, where you try to get all the parts of your spine to move. And now we do one arms, one leg. So in the next cat or cow, you just stop and you do a neutral spine as straight as you can. And now for core, we'll just lift the right arm and the right leg. Very good. Behind you, and you just keep the balance. You have to engage your core in here, or you're probably gonna fall. And now we switch. And flex your foot. Open up your fingers here. And we'll do another round. And the other side. Now, once we lift up the right arm and the left leg, we keep them up, but we also bend our back. So lift them as high as you can, both arms and legs. And let go. Same thing on the other side. Look up if you can. And let go. Now the ultimate balance here. Now you bend let's start with the right. You bend the right knee. And then with the hand from from the outside, right? You grab that, and then this is difficult because it's one side, it's the exact same side. It's just not very typical. And you lift up if you can. Okay, you're doing. Yeah, this is really not the typical yoga move. It's usually the opposite leg, but just for extra challenge. Well, let's do the extra challenge on the other side too. You bend your leg, and then lift your chest. And the challenge here is to stay in balance with your right foot and the left leg, and know your recorded life, and just keep focus and push your hands in the leg in the opposite, and then come down. Very nice. uh, yeah, it's harder than it looks. So we open up our chest too by lifting our arms up, the right arms up to the sky, and then we thread the needle for a counter pose of all this. The left arm can go all the way up towards the sky or bend right behind you. In a bind. Looking back your right leg. And then come up all the way up. Lift up your right arm and down, down you go. Left arm does the same thing, goes all the way up, open up the chest, and then thread the needle underneath there. And then your right arm goes up and behind you. You can grab a leg. You can even, try to look up. You can twist a little deeper if it's available to you. And then put that right arm right next to your face under the shoulder. And open up. And now you go again in number 4. Now you lift up, touch your toes. You hover your knees a little bit, about an inch, not so much. You just stay there. Just a big breath in and out. And the next inhale, you push back with your hips and up and down your facing dog. You pedal the dog a little bit. This is the first downward facing dog. Move your neck. And then lift up in between your hands, bend your legs, and jump or walk in between your hands for a fold. Forward fold. Keep your back as straight as you can. You balance a little bit on your toes, not the heels. And then alpha lift to a forward fold. And then you plant your hands and back you go in plank position. From plank position, this is our first plank position. We go down slowly and then all the way on our belly. We untuck our toes and we lift up in a cobra position, shoulder down the back and go down. Now we lift up in cobra, but we release our hands. This is our actual range of motion, which is very different than the other one. Then down we go again, forehead on the mat, and then we push back for the last cobra. So full cobra, and down we go, cross your feet, push up in a plank position, from a plank to a downward facing dog. And then with your hands, and you just move your hands towards your feet, down in a plank, halfway lift, down to a plank, and then all the way up in mountain pose. Welcome to the class. Now this will be the right moment to set your intention for today's class. You can dedicate the class to somebody that you know, to a cause, to your own self, to something that is important. I'll give you a second to do that. With the next inhale, hands up overhead, and then bend down, swine dive down, and fold, halfway lift, down to a fold, and step your hands up in front of you until you get to a plank position, a very strong plank. From a plank, this time we will go down, but we're going to go in upper facing dog, not in cobra anymore. So go down halfway and then push up with your feet, and up you go, pushing your legs down on the ground, chest is open, and then lift up your feet and go in downward facing dog. From a downward facing dog, right foot lift up, goes in between your hands. Up you go in warrior one. Warrior one, you frame your foot, and then the other foot comes to beat the front foot, and then you sit down in a chair pose, and from a chair pose, you fold down one more time, and then up in chair pose again, and up into that second. Tadasana, you lift up, let your hands all the way down in a fold. The left leg step back down. No. And lift up in warrior one. From warrior one, you have your hands going down and back down in a plank position. From a plank, you do your chaturanga, upper facing dog. Push the leg and chest away from the ground to a downward facing dog. Left leg comes up behind you. It pushes in between your arms. Then the right foot goes down 45-degree angle. You come up in a warrior one. From a warrior one, hands down on the ground. The right foot meets the left foot in front of you. Then you sit down in a chair position. Chair position, you fall down. Release your chair. Back in chair pose. And all the way up in Tadasana. From Tadasana, lift up. Bend over. In a fold. And just to jump or step back directly in a plank position. From a plank position, do your chaturanga. From a chaturanga, upward facing dog to a downward facing dog. The right leg goes up behind you. And then it goes in between your hands. The left knee goes down to the ground. For a lunge, for a low lunge, you lift up with your hands. You open up your chest. And then you go all the way up with your hands. You breathe in, open the chest. Breathe out, hands up. And we're going to do a little bit of this breathing by putting our hands in front of us. And then opening up a little more. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Then you plant your hands on the mat and slowly move your back leg in a hamstring stretch. Good. Back in low lunge. You bend the left leg, and with the right hand, you grab the left leg, and you lift up. You can open up a little bit the chest too, if you have enough balance with the other arm. Oh, okay. Or not. Sorry, I didn't see it. So the right leg goes back and meet the left, and you're in a plank position. From a plank position, we go down in forearm planks. From forearm planks, we release our belly down to Sphinx pose. Look up, Sphinx pose, tuck your toes, push up your hips, and up you go in forearm plank. Forearm plank turns into a regular plank. Then from a regular plank, you shorten your stand a little bit and you're going down a facing dog. Left leg lifts up behind you and it goes in between your hands. The right leg goes down on the ground. And we do the same thing we just did before. So we lift up our chest, keep balance. Very good. And now we do the breathing. So let's push forward towards our front leg. Keep the arms and open up your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Then you put your feet into your hands and you do some hamstring stretch. Lift your foot up. And then walk your hands back to your front foot. Bend your right knee as much as you can closer to your body. And then you can go and grab that foot from the inside with the opposite hand. So right hand, left foot.
I got right foot back here.
No.
This hand?
So what do you have done there? Yeah. So right hand.
Right hand.
Uh-huh. All right. And then you just keep balance. You can push your foot a little bit towards you too. But make sure your knee doesn't hurt. And then you release the hands frame the top and front foot. And then let's do a jump from the back foot. Left, right foot meets left. Put a forward fold. Forward fold, we're gonna do a chair pose. Up. Stay chair for a second. And forward fold. And then all the way up in Tadasana. Hands to art. How you doing? Good. All right. So right legs with control goes all the way back in a crescent lunge. So straight, not in an angle. Very good. So the left knee is bended, and then we open up our chest in a cactus arm. Very good. And then we breathe out, and the hands go up straight. Another breathe in a cactus, and up straight. And then we twist the body towards the left leg. Try to keep the arms on the same line with each other. If you want, you can also grab your right leg from the outside. You can lift up with the right hand. You deepen the feet. And then both hands go up in front. And you fall down on your front leg. And then left leg goes back down with the right leg. And from here, let's do a nice Chaturanga. Chaturanga, upper facing dog to downward facing dog. Right leg goes up high. And from here, it goes in between legs. And then you lift up for a crescent lunge. Lift your arms up. Open your chest, contract with your arms, bend a little bit, up you go. Let's breathe a couple of times here. And one more time. And then we do the same thing as we did before. We do a twist towards the right leg. Trying to keep that leg bended. And at the same time, those arms open. Try to keep focus. Everything's shaking here. If you want, you can even reverse that twist like we did on the other side. And then let go. Frame the front leg. The right leg meets the left. Knees down to the ground in the child pose. I'll give you another second here for resting. And then from a child's pose, I want you to go back in all four. Lifting up your chest. Four. And then from all four, I want you to walk your hands forwards and go down on your belly. Your arms go by your side. Then we're going to do locust pose. So locust pose is where you lift up your legs. Let's start with the legs. Lift them up straight and pointing your toes. Like that, kind of like the legs are kind of close to each other. And then you lift up your chest too, with your arms right next to your body. Lift up and lift, go down. Put your right cheek on the ground. Go back in. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Chin goes in the center. And we lift up again, both arms and legs. Lift up even more as much as you can. And release on the left cheek this time. Your arms goes, your hands go behind your shoulder. Your feet are touching. Push up in a plank pose. From a plank pose, you go down, downward facing dog. And downward facing dog, you lift the right foot up behind you. And then you put that foot in between your hands with control. You put the left foot on a 45-degree angle and you come up for warrior one. Sink in a little bit more with your legs, straight with your back, shoulder down, away from your ear. And then you take your hands, you interlace them behind your back. You push them down, lift up your chest. I'm not gonna look up because there's sun, but you could. And then you humble your warrior. Lift your shoulder up behind you, your arms behind you as much as you can. Keep breathing. Lift up, starting with your chest. An humble warrior. Release your hands, put them in front again, and then open them up to warrior two. Warrior two, your hips will go on the side of the garden. Close the fence. Stay straight with your back. Don't lean towards your front foot. There we go. And then from here, you just look at the right end. The right knee finger. From this position, you flip your palm up and you reverse your warrior. Pick it up. And then back to warrior two. From warrior two, you push your right hand forward towards the house. And then you flip down, open up your chest, and you can put your elbow on your knee. And the left hand can go up. You could go behind you, giving yourself a little extra stretch. You can also put the right hand down near your chin, or you can put it behind your ankle on the opposite side of your foot, or even in front. pose. You have a block, sorry, I'm going to get to the right here if you need. Triangle pose is the same thing, focus with a straight leg. So you go, you hand from your hip, and then you go down and you flip over, and you can decide to touch your knee, your block. Keep that front leg a little straight. I know this is a strain, it's not easy, very difficult position. And then from here, just keep that front leg straight and lift up and reverse your triangle. Very good. When reversing a triangle, back to a triangle pose, and in this case, we place towards our front leg, and then we go down with the left hand on the side, and we lift up for reverse triangle. Then unbind, untwist, stay in front of the leg and lift up. And then bend the front leg and you're back in warrior one. In warrior one, your hands go down on the ground. Take the right foot, put it back with the left in a plank position. Do the chaturanga if you want, or we're meeting down facing dog. Down facing dog, we'll do the other side. Lift the left foot up behind you. Slowly with control. We'll bend the knee, lift the chest. You put that foot in between your hands. Then the right foot goes down on a 45-degree angle. Lift up with your body for warrior one. Stay down with your legs. Do a little bit of a deeper warrior one. Very good. And then from warrior one, you take those hands, you put them behind your back. You lift up your chest as much as you can. And then you fall down in between your knees from the warrior. Keep breathing. Lift your arms behind you. Do a couple of really big breaths here. Next inhale, come all the way up, lifting from your chest, and then unbind the legs, open up your arms, and then open them in warrior two. The hips at this point, they go flat in front of you. And you look at the left hand. Very good. It's strong. From warrior two, you reverse your warrior. Lift the palm up and stretch it behind you. And then from here, you go back in warrior two. Let's go in extended side angle by hinging from the hips. And then down you go, maybe left arm on the knees, right arm right above you. Try to keep that back straight. The neck doesn't collapse. And then lift up with the strength of your core in warrior two again. And then from warrior two, you straighten up that left leg and you're in triangle pose. So somebody pulling you from the front, and you go down. Try to keep that left leg up. Straight, as straight as you can. You can micro bend it if you feel like your hamstrings are popping. Don't hurt yourself. That's number one in yoga. Keep your back as straight as you can. Another breath in. Breath out and you lift up your core in triangle pose. From triangle pose, you do a reverse triangle, keeping the front leg straight. And then back in triangle pose. And at this point, we just twist our body, our hips, and the front foot. Our right arm goes outside the left knee, and we keep twisted. Twist, lift up, and back you go in triangle pose. And from triangle pose, put both feet parallel to each other, and we'll do a forward fold with open legs. Hasarita. Hasarita, this is your chance for other twists. You can grab the right hand with the left ankle, and then you can switch it on the other side. Just go back and forth a little bit. And then if you want, you can even do some straddles, meaning you bend one of the knees. You keep yourself in balance with your hands, and then you go back and you do on the other side. You can also release your hands if you want, for more of a core or straddle. In forward fold where we are. And here we go back in the front foot. We switch our hand in the front foot. And we go down on our knees. And from our knees, we go on our bellies. And we'll do Dhanurasana, which is our bow pose. So down, face down, hands on the side of your body. And then let's start with the right leg. So you bend the right knees, okay, and then catching your foot from outside with your right arm. You're trying to pull it. Okay, perfect. Now we do the other side. Left hand, always from the outside, and try to pull a little bit in it. And now we do both feet. In this case, your knees are going to open, and that's okay. Don't let them open too much. Keep control. And let's try to do the both ways. Push both. Push ends and knees and hands as much as you can. And relax. Right cheek on the mat. The neck is back in the middle. And we do it again with both legs and both arms. Grab the feet from the outside and then lift up. Lift up. And release. The other cheek on the mat. Open up your arms to a T. And then with your body, you twist over, you go over the left shoulder for a deep shoulder stretch. The right hand can be on the mat, you can come with the body. It should feel pretty good. The right foot can go behind you too for more stretch. And then you release, you go back with the arms to a T. And you're just going in the opposite direction. Let it go. release, put back down the belly, and push back in all four. From all four, we go to pigeon pose. You can lift the right leg behind you. And then you trap under your body and you put it next to your right hand. You can use a block, not to collapse if you need to. You can put a block underneath here. So you can stay straight. And then from the pigeon pose, there's various variation to it. You stay up for a second, exactly. Extend a little bit in the body. You feel it in your hips again. And then you can just go down and relax in pigeon pose. Start foot up, forehead, body. Let's straight another second, pigeon pose. Look back with the foot behind you, make sure that it's straight behind you. And then if you want, you can bend that knee. And then you can grab it from the inside. Push it towards your body. And then lift up. Hands down. And release that knee slowly. Go back in figure four in all four. Hands and knees. Just wiggle that tail a little bit. And now we do the same thing with the left leg. So left leg goes behind you, and then it goes right underneath your body. And a threading needle in the pigeon pose. Don't collapse like that, and just make yourself up. Perfect. And from here, a little straight. Slowly go down and rest in pigeon pose. Lift your head up. Get yourself back with your hands slowly. And then you stay here for a second. If you want, you can bend the right knee. And then grab with your right hand the foot from the inside. And lift up all the way. You can bend your knees even more. And if you are really good, you can straighten up. Release the arm, release the knees. The leg that is behind you now. Magical movement. You sit down, and then you turn it all the way up in front of you. Okay. From here, we do now just a second. We just stay like this for a second, and now we put our legs, both of our legs, in front of us. We lift the right leg up. Try to get the sole of our foot near our body. Good. And then we twist on the right side. The elbow goes, you can put the elbows outside the knee for extra push. Or if it's too much, you don't want to get yourself, a little pretty warm by now, but if you don't want to get a strain, don't push too much. Just do a body twist. You can even look behind you for extra twist in the neck. Release the twist. Go back in the front. Just let's switch leg and twist on the other side. Release the twist on this other side. Just have the legs in front of us and we fold in our legs. You can micro bend the legs for a fold, or you have to micro bend more than micro, and then you fold down. If you can keep the legs straight, it's better. But if you can't, or you just don't fold too much, or you just micro bend the legs and then fold. And then you open up these legs, and you do the same folding towards the right leg first. If you want, you can even open up. Come back in the center. And we go on the other leg. Maybe your hips towards the leg and pull down. Very good. Back to center. And now fold in front. As much as you can. And then you close the legs. And you try to do another hip opener, which is a cow face position. So you crisscross your knees like that. Maybe you put the right leg to the left on top. Mm-hmm. And then you bend the other leg. Well, we're gonna do both. So pick one, and then we'll do the other. And of course, it might not come down very much, and so yeah, you help yourself with a block, or you can just have strain them a little bit. I mean, unless it's really horribly painful, and then get out of there. But otherwise, just try. And so you keep your chest straight, and there's also a bind on the back with your arms. So try to release your arms. That's fine. And the bind is the following. So you lift your right arm up and it goes behind, touching your shoulder, and then the other arm, it goes on the opposite direction and try to yeah, yeah, or just one, exactly. Keep breathing, keep focus, and release everything. Release your arms, release your legs. Put your legs in front of you, and then we do the same thing on the with the opposite leg. So whatever leg was on top, now is on the bottom. In my case, was the right leg on top. Now the right leg is on the bottom. You can do. You can just get those heels right close to your body, or even under your body. I'm just doing it to show off at this point. Right, or you can just simply do that, huh? And then at this point, the left arm goes up, try to touch your shoulder, and then the right arm goes and try to touch the left arm, or at least in the direction towards each other. We could have used like a strap here, but we don't have it, so we're just having the feeling of pulling our shoulders. It doesn't have to actually touch or anything. And release your arms, release your legs. Let your legs and the sole of your feet touching each other. There you go. That should be a big. This is one of the best hip openers. Sitting exercises are the most difficult ones for opening hips. Continue have a block next to you, and we'll do hero pose before going on our backs. So we'll sit down on our like that. We open up our legs like that. And then if you can sit on the ground or on a block. It's perfect like you're doing. And then slowly you can start going down as much as you're comfortable. So you can do like that. You can be on your forearm, or you can simply be all the way down. You can never come back up. It's a big strain on your knees, so don't do this if you have a knee problem, please. It could be relaxing. Mix up yourself. Not a strain. I think going all the way back down for me is too much. I think I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable probably like this. And then you come all the way up. You release leg number one, leg number two. You get off from the block. Very good. And from here, you go down on your back. Let's get some knee to chest right away. And just swing side to side with our massaging our hip bones and letting the knees be light. Then open up your legs to about the side of the mat and just winter wide your hips, your legs. So we go from right to left, from left to right. Giving those hips that we worked so much today a little relief, very soft movements.
until you actually let the legs collapse into each other, knees touching each other with open feet. Bend your legs, get into your chest, lift up your knees, get your legs as straight as you can with the sole of the feet towards the sky. Lift them there for a sec. And then collapse the straight legs to the right side of your body for a spinal twist. Touch the ground. Lift up your legs, get back to the center, and then let them go to the right side of your body. If you want, with your head, you can look to the right. You can close your eyes too. This is going to be soft and we're done with the exercises. Legs down in the center. Sole of the feet down on the ground next to your body. I want to go for another round of bridge pose, another very soft rounded bridge pose. For the last few movements of our back, you do it on your own pace. Do 2 or 3 of these. Maybe 5. And then with the next bridge pose, I want you to lift up those feet, still bended, and to grab the outside of your feet for happy baby. Go side to side with this happy baby. Have a soft happy baby. And in these last 2 minutes before Shavasana, I want you to do whatever your body's still craving. If you wanna do shoulder stand, or if you wanna get your sole of your feet together, or anything your body wants, I'm just gonna let you do it. Or you can simply just continue that every day, do it just once a day. You can wipe your knees from side to side. Your nice spinal twist is always good. Extend big toes to your toes. Then with your next inhale, I want you to Put your legs right in front of you. Put your heel firmly into the ground and shake your toes for the last massage with your entire body. Last movement before rest. And then you stop. Open up your palms towards the sky. Don't move your feet anymore. Just be calm. Just focus on your breathing. Try to keep your thoughts away from you and do some shavasana. I'm not going to speak in this shavasana, but I'm going to get you out when it's over. It's going to be 5 minutes. Enjoy the space, enjoy the calmness. Now from shavasana, I want you to start moving your toes, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, back in the here and now, in this beautiful summer day here in Oregon. I want you to start moving your head from side to side. Start breathing a little less deep. Let yourself keep your senses. And then with your next deep breath, return to the one of the side of your body. In a very calming fetus position. And then slowly push yourself up. In a comfortable seated position.
160 and face up. Thank you, Brandon, for being my student today. I really appreciate sharing this yoga practice together. Namaste.
Prendere